Why do you think people love Caitlin Clark, besides her skills?
She can shoot threes from logo.
We never seen that before. That's my point.
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize.
One phone call, one boardroom decision, and one of the biggest endorsement deals in women's basketball may have just collapsed. Shaquille O'Neal, Angel Reese, Reebok $52 million. And now, silence.
Yeah, like Steph Curry, I love, you know why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen that before. Never seen nobody do that on a consistent.
This isn't just about sneakers. This is about power, loyalty, money, and who really controls the future of women's basketball endorsements.
Jill, you told me yesterday that you were talking to some veteran players and they told you it's not the number that you go, it's the fit of the team. How does this team fit you and your...
Her rivalry with Caitlin Clark divided fans and multiplied attention. Every comment, every gesture, every endorsement comparison went viral. In October 2023, Shaquille O'Neal returned to Reebok, not as a spokesman, but as president of basketball. His mission? Revive a brand that once challenged Nike and had fallen off the map. Reebok officially signed Angel Reese in 2023. She became the face of Reebok's women's basketball revival, capsule collections, performance shoes, and eventually a signature sneaker planned for 2026. Industry insiders and sneaker analysts estimate the total potential value of Reese's long-term deal, including royalties, marketing guarantees, and a signature shoe, could approach $50+ million over time. But here's the key detail: that number was never officially announced by Reebok. By 2025, Reebok faced a hard truth: limited budgets, fierce competition, Nike, Jordan Brand, New Balance, all miles ahead. According to multiple business reports, internal budget pressure forced Reebok to reassess long-term athlete investments. Here's where the internet narrative runs ahead of confirmed facts. There is no public evidence that Shaquille O'Neal personally canceled Angel Reese's deal. However, sources suggest Reebok's board may have scaled back or delayed parts of the agreement, including the signature shoe timeline. While Reese has not directly accused Reebok or Shaq, she has made one thing clear: she knows her value. On her podcast, she emphasized that loyalty should be mutual and that women athletes must never undersell themselves. As Caitlin Clark secures massive Nike backing, the contrast becomes unavoidable. Different styles, different brands, different corporate strategies. And fans? They're choosing sides. This isn't a fall, it's a test. Women's basketball is booming, but the business model is still catching up. Who gets signature shoes? Who gets patience? And who gets blamed when budgets tighten? So, here's the real question. Was this a betrayal or a business reality? And if Reebok hesitates, will Nike or Puma be waiting? Beyond the headlines and viral speculation, this situation exposes a deeper tension inside women's basketball that rarely gets discussed openly: the gap between cultural influence and commercial return. Angel Reese represents visibility, personality, and cultural relevance, but modern endorsement deals, especially in the sneaker industry, are driven by measurable conversion, not just attention. Brands like Reebok, operating with tighter margins than Nike or Jordan, are forced to justify every long-term investment with hard sales data, not social media impressions alone. When internal projections fail to match expectations, even the most hyped partnerships come under scrutiny. That reality creates an uncomfortable pressure on athletes who are still early in their professional careers, especially women, who are often asked to carry the weight of brand revivals without the same financial safety nets afforded to their male counterparts. Whether or not Reese's deal was scaled back, delayed, or restructured, the message sent across the league is clear. In today's WNBA economy, star power alone is no longer enough. Brands want dominance, consistency, and undeniable market pull. And that shift is quietly reshaping how endorsements, loyalty, and legacy are defined in women's basketball. At the center of this controversy is a harsh truth many athletes never hear until it's too late. Endorsement deals are not promises, they are performance-based projections. Reebok's reported hesitation did not emerge in a vacuum. Insiders across the sports marketing industry have quietly acknowledged that women's basketball is entering a new phase, one where brands are no longer experimenting for visibility alone. They are demanding proof of sustained consumer behavior. Ticket sales, merchandise movement, digital engagement that converts into purchases, and mainstream crossover appeal now outweigh momentary viral fame. For Angel Reese, whose brand has been built on confidence, personality, and cultural presence, this shift may feel abrupt and unfair. But from a corporate standpoint, especially for a company attempting a full-scale revival like Reebok, emotional loyalty cannot override balance sheets. This is where idealism collides with economics. Shaquille O'Neal's role adds another complicated layer to the story. As both a mentor figure and a corporate decision-maker, Shaq sits at the intersection of personal belief and rival. That dual responsibility creates unavoidable tension. Even if Shaq personally believed in Reese's vision, the financial reality of rebuilding a legacy brand in a hyper-competitive sneaker market may have forced his hand. This is not simply about choosing one athlete over another, it is about choosing between risk tolerance and fiscal discipline. And when budgets tighten, even relationships built on trust and shared history can be tested. The broader implications extend far beyond Angel Reese or Reebok. This moment signals a turning point for the WNBA as a whole. As the league grows in visibility, endorsement standards are becoming more unforgiving. Players are no longer just athletes. They're expected to function as complete commercial ecosystems. That expectation disproportionately impacts young stars, who are still developing on-court consistency while being thrust into massive branding roles. If this deal truly collapses or is dramatically reduced, it will serve as a cautionary tale across the league, one that reminds players, agents, and fans alike that visibility does not always equal value in the eyes of corporations. The next generation of WNBA stars may now have to navigate a reality where loyalty is conditional, hype is temporary, and business decisions are increasingly cold, calculated, and irreversible. What makes this situation even more volatile is the timing. Women's basketball is experiencing unprecedented visibility, yet the infrastructure supporting its stars remains fragile. Deals are announced loudly, but behind closed doors they are constantly reevaluated, renegotiated, and sometimes quietly dismantled. For Angel Reese, this moment arrives at a critical crossroads in her career, early enough that her legacy is still being written, but public enough that any perceived setback is magnified. In an era where narratives move faster than facts, even the suggestion of a canceled or reduced deal can reshape public perception, influence future negotiations, and alter how brands assess risk. That pressure does not just test an athlete's marketability, it tests their resilience. Whether Reese ultimately lands a new mega deal, salvages a revised agreement, or pivots to another brand entirely, this episode underscores a sobering reality of modern sports economics. Momentum is fragile, loyalty is conditional, and the business side of basketball can turn ruthless the moment expectations are not met. Subscribe for real investigations, not headlines without context. Because in women's basketball, the real drama isn't always on the court.